Very exciting event to where it all started for our two-time super featherweight champion, who really beat the odds of making it to where he is now. And it's only really the beginning for Gervonta Davis. We expect a star-studded event filled with so many hometown supporters on fight night, and we know as fans across the nation will be locked in and be tuned into an action-packed fight, because we all know what Tank Davis brings to the table as he defends his super featherweight title against his mandatory challenger in RICARDO Nunez in this historic title defense. The iconic city of Baltimore has such a rich history of boxing and hasn't seen the title defense, and really it's been nearly 80 years. And more history, trust me, will be written on July 27th. Our exciting event will be brought to you none other than live on Showtime Championship Boxing at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. And our event will be brought to you from Royal Farms Arena in Baltimore, promoted by Mayweather Promotions and TGB Promotions in association with GTD Promotions. There's still a few tickets available at Ticketmaster.com or at the Royal Farms box office. You can get them. Also, to open up the exciting event, we'll have none other than Mayweather Promotions' Ladarius Miller. He'll be taking on Gervonta Davis. In the co-main event, we have two former world champions who will be in an all-action battle in Gervonta Gamboa taking on Rocky Martinez, which will be an outstanding bout. And then that'll lead right into the main event. Gervonta Davis will be defending his WBA super featherweight title against RICARDO Nunez. Also, there will be several Mayweather Promotions fighters featured on the card. Ronald Graville, Richardson Hitchens, Dylan Price, Lionel Thompson, and Kenny Rose, just to name a few. Showtime and Mayweather Promotions has been the biggest dynamic duo in boxing, and it's like none other. We put on the biggest and best events in sports, period. And we will keep the fire lit as Gervonta makes his 7th Showtime appearance while Showtime hosts its first event in the city of Baltimore. At this time, I'd like to welcome Showtime Network President and Sports and Event Programming, none other than Stephen Espinosa. Stephen, you'd like to make a few comments?
Thanks very much, Leonard. This is indeed Showtime's first event ever in Baltimore, 33 years of boxing, and we hadn't been there before, and we're there for certainly a good reason in this fight. This is Tank's 7th appearance on Showtime. 6-0 in his prior 6 appearances, 6 stoppages, part of a 21-0, 20 KO record. In the sport today, we throw around the word star quite a bit. Everyone's a potential star or a young star or a rising star. But that term truly applies to Tank Davis. Anyone who has seen him fight on television or in person sees the charisma, the skill, the fan base that he has built, and the excitement that he builds to the ring. And he truly is one of the most exciting young stars in boxing today. Now, RICARDO Nunez may not be a household name here in the U.S., but I can tell you he is a very aggressive fighter. He's got heavy hands. He mixes up his punches well. He's 21-2, 19 KOs. He's won 10 straight fights. 15 of his last 16 wins have come by stoppage. It doesn't matter who the opponents are. When you stop 15 out of 16, that is saying something. So this is a matchup that provides fireworks, it provides action, and a lot of excitement. We can't wait. We will see you there on July 27th.
Thank you, Stephen. And just to touch on what Stephen just said, RICARDO Nunez, he's a hard-hitting Panamanian and he has a chance, really, what would cause a huge upset that would set up his own future, in the sport for, notoriety. Coming into this fight, he's very confident that after July 27th, everyone will know his name and have a renewed respect for him. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce RICARDO Nunez to say a few words.
Bueno, Ricardo, aquí está haciendo la presentación oficial para la pelea que va a tener con Gervonta Davis el próximo 27 de julio. ¿Le quiere dar la bienvenida a la prensa, Ricardo?
Disculpa, que se queda la bienvenida a la prensa.
Sí, para que le dé la presentación oficial aquí en Estados Unidos de Ricardo Núñez a la prensa.
Bueno, estoy contento por esa gran oportunidad. Sé que es una oportunidad que he estado luchando durante muchos años, sacrificio y bueno, ahora se me está dando y voy a aprovecharla.
Well, I'm very happy to be here. Thanks for the press for being on this conference call. Of course, Showtime and the promotion company, Leonard L. Thanks for giving me this great opportunity. It's the opportunity I've been waiting for. I've done a lot of sacrifice to get to this point, and that's why I'm here, and I'm going to be fighting a great fighter, but the opportunity is now, and I got to take advantage of it.
Okay, well, thank you. When it comes to Tank Davis, we all think about him and how he got his career started. This next person I'm about to introduce, he's played a very intricate role in Tank's life, not only just as being a trainer, but also being a father figure, and that has really helped Tank transition into being the fighter he is today and the young man that he is today. So without further ado, at this time, I'd like to introduce Gervonta's head trainer, Coach Calvin Ford, to say a few comments.
Hey, how y'all doing? Showtime, everyone here. Thank you for this opportunity to have a chance to listen to the opponent Tank is going against, and can't wait to the 27th to get here. I just want to say this, that just can't wait to 27th to get here so we can see the work that we have to put in. Baltimore is excited, very excited to have a world-class championship fight here. You know, it hadn't happened in so long, and it's a Baltimore native, you know, so everybody looking forward, you know.
Perfect. Thank you, Calvin. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. A focused Tank is a dangerous Tank. Gervonta is more focused and more motivated now than he's ever been before, as he continues his legacy of Baltimore native champions that have come before him. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the WBA super featherweight champion of the world, none other than Gervonta Tank Davis, to say a few words. Did we lose him?
Probably did.
Mr. Davis's line is open.
Looks like it just disconnected. Let's get him to call back in 1 second.
Bear with us, folks. You back on?
Lauren is getting him now. Hang tight.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom. And I guess I'll fill in some of this dead air We're waiting for Gervonta Tank Davis. He was supposed to be connected. He was connected. The phone disconnected. And he's not on the line, and there's a whole lot of dead air. This is Blue Mercury of the Concrete Jungle, and we're waiting for Tank Davis. Let me see if he's on now. I hear something. No. It's supposed to be a conference call. We heard a little bit from El Científico, RICARDO NUNES, who fights out of Panama. His pro record is 21 wins, 19 wins by KO, 2 losses. I believe he's been knocked out once. On this undercard, as you heard, Richard Hitchinson will be on this card, which is one of Gervonta Davis's closest friends. They're always on Instagram together.
You back on?
Let's see, we're back on. We might not be back on. That's actually Leonard Ellerby of TMT Mayweather Promotions, trying to get this whole thing together. We're waiting for Gervonta Tank Davis, who fights RICARDO NUNES July 27th from the Royal Farms Arena in Baltimore, Maryland.
Mr. Davis, your line is open.
See if his little Tank is on.
Yes.
This will drowse.
Okay, Tank, would you like to say a few words?
I'm saying a few words.
Did we lose him?
No.
Hello?
Hello?
Tank, can you just say a few words to the media?
About the fight?
Yes.
I'm just focused, ready. We 2 weeks away. I'm almost on weight, and I'm excited for the homecoming. Camp been great. Been training with my brothers every day. We've been pushing each other. I'm just ready for Saturday night, January the 27th.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So, operator, would you can you give me instructions to open it up to the media for questions?
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you have any questions, please dial *1 on your telephone keypad. Again, if you have any questions, please dial *1 on your telephone keypad. I'll allow just a couple moments for the queue to build. All right, our first question comes from Mark Lelinwala with Sporting News. Mark, your line is open.
Tank, how you doing, man? How does it feel to have this homecoming fight and, so much of, especially Baltimore youth, looking up to you?
Actually coming back home, for this big fight, it's amazing, actually. Me just training with my brothers, and I've been fighting all over. I fought in London, I fought in LA, New York. It's time to bring the big one back home. I think now is the perfect time, and I'm getting started in my career and things like that. So I'm just excited, man. I'm focused, probably more focused than I ever been. I'm just excited to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and our next question comes from Carlos Toro with Fightful News.
Hey, Gervonta, thanks so much for taking time to talk to us. The first question is, how much do you know about RICARDO Nunez? Aside from him being your mandatory, he has a really good knockout rate on, and he is coming into this fight on a pretty good win streak.
Yeah, I know that he's been training hard. I've been seeing little clips of him, and then I know that he had, spawn and things like that. He got great power. I know he gonna be ready to fight. It's a big task in front of him. This is actually a big task in front of me. I'm just pushing for a great fight, to please the fans, and that July 27th is gonna be an action-packed fight.
All right, and our next question comes from Jeremy Harridges of Fansided.com.
Hi, Gervonta. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us today. Obviously, you talked about fighting in front of your hometown and how that's made you more focused. What does that do for you emotionally? Is there a different mindset? Do you feel more pressure to perform in front of a home audience? How does that impact you?
I don't think it's more pressure. Just fighting in front of a big crowd, period, is a big pressure. My first big fight, in front of a big crowd was, my first world title and what I fought Copeland. So I think just fighting back home in a big crowd, I think I embraced the crowd. That's giving the fans what they want to see. Just being back in the ring, I think I'm maturing. I'm getting older and wiser. And, I'm just happy to be here.
I know that this is your second fight of this year. You fought once last year. In your opinion, are you the most ducked super featherweight in the world at this point?
No, I don't believe I'm the most ducked because only reason I think I'm not because I'm really like the cash cow in the 130 division. I believe it's a big risk, but you get paid, a lot if you fight me, So that's why a lot of guys be calling me out. They know it's a big risk, but they get paid, better than taking that small risk and getting low money with someone else.
I know that you have Ricardo Nunez in front of you, but are there other names? Do you have a list of names that you'd like to fight, or is there a preferred group of fighters that you'd like, depending on obviously your performance against Nunez?
Yep, but I don't want to call anyone name right now. I'm gonna wait till after Saturday night. And Saturday night you will know who I want and how soon that I want them.
Last question. Is your goal to unify the super featherweight division before moving up in weight, or do you see a move up in the near future?
Definitely want to unify 130. Always want to unify before I move up. But if 130, 135 open for me, we could do that. But I'm really focused on unifying 130 right now.
Awesome. Thanks, Tank, and best of luck and enjoy the homecoming.
Thank you so much.
All right, our next question comes from Lester Silva with Univision.
Good afternoon, everyone. Davis, congratulations on your upcoming homecoming fight. My question is, how much more do the fans have to wait to see Davis fight top fighters in the super featherweight? We know you being no stranger in calling out names, but how much more do they have to wait to see someone with a really tough opposition?
Probably by the end of this year. After this was my mandatory, everybody had their mandatory. I see a lot of fighters having their mandatory and people not saying nothing about that. But I'm just, I'm a fighter. I'm fighting whoever they put in front of me. Just line them up, I knock them down. There's a lot of great fighters out there, from the 126, 130 to 135 that I can fight. That I see that's big fights. I'm just, I guess my team waiting on the right time, and I'm the fighter, and I'm just fighting who they put in front of me.
Thank you, Davis. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, our next question comes from Gail Falkenthal with Communities Digital News.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. This is a question both mainly for Stephen and Leonard. We've seen the buildup of some great fan bases in some areas that aren't LA, Las Vegas, and New York, Fresno, Omaha. Do you see the potential to do the same thing here in Baltimore?
Yeah, I'll take that one on. Well, we're gonna have a sold out venue with well over 12,000 people come next Saturday night in Baltimore, and it'll be the first title fight again, like I said, in over 80 years, and it's all because of the star power that Gervonta Davis brings to the sport, and with him being his name resonating out there with the casual fans, you can expect Baltimore to be a hotbed for big fights, big time fights. this won't be the only time that Tank will be coming back to Baltimore, but this is a homecoming fight for him and a much-needed fight to give back to his fans, and we're very excited.
Do you see this as a healthy development overall for boxing, something that is necessary?
Most definitely, because, again, this not only with as it relates to Baltimore, but if you look at the star power that what Tank brings to the table, you go back his fight when we took him to England, sold out, packed arena. We come back, we bring him, put him in the co-main event to Badu Jack and James DeGale. Again, we got well over 10,000 people in the building at Barclays. We bring him back in a co. There's over 14,000 people there. And again, that's what he does. He brings all different types of people from different walks of life, because what Tank Davis brings to the entire sport is excitement. He gives the fans what they want to see, and that's knockout.
And thank you very much. And in closing, not to derail the call, but if any of you would like to offer any thoughts on the passing of Pernell Whitaker, I'd invite you to do that. And good luck to you, Tank, on your fight.
Thank you so much. Yes. Condolences to Sweet Pete, one of the baddest.
And one of the guys that we've been studying under too. Coach Calvin Ford. You know, Tank was little. We always used to watch Pernell Whitaker, and you know, Tank used to say, "Man, I used to do that." And then we show him Pernell Whitaker. He said, "Dad, somebody was doing it before me." So you know, him losing a great guy like him, man, it really hurts.
Yeah. Thank you, Calvin. I appreciate the words.
All right. Our next question comes from Carlos Toro with Fightful News.
Hi. Sorry. Earlier I asked a question, but I guess my phone got cut off. Wanted to ask another question for Gervonta. You mentioned wanting to please the fans, and you really have done that throughout your time as world champion, fighting in the UK, knocking out Hugo Ruiz in your last fight in the first round. Do you feel any pressure every time you go out to sort of outdo yourself, outdo your last performance, especially now that you're going to be fighting in front of a home crowd?
Not to outdo my last performance, but just always give the fans a great performance. That's my job when I step in the ring. Not just trying to please the fan. I mean, not just trying to go in there and just look for a knockout, but try to get them excitement. Get them what they paid that money for. So I came up in the era when I was signing a lot of fighters and they was fighting, these ducks coming up in the ranking, and they got a little sloppy in there trying to knock the guy out and wind up getting clipped. So I really don't, focus on the knockout, but if it prevents itself and the person don't belongs in the ring with me, I definitely capitalize on it and take them out.
A couple of questions for Ricardo Nunez. Ricardo, this whole throughout the buildup of this fight, it's always been about Gervonta Davis and him coming back home and continuing his progression towards getting bigger fights down the road. Do you embrace the fact that you're being looked at as the underdog, and has that added any motivation for you in this fight?
Ricardo, básicamente esto ha sido la fiesta de Gervonta Davis en Baltimore, claro, es de ahí, oriundo de ahí. Esto te ha dado un poquito más de incentivo de tú hacer buen papel, cómo han sido los campos de entrenamientos, ¿qué te motiva para derrotar a Gervonta Davis?
Bueno, me motiva muchas cosas, ya que ya es algo personal mío como boxeador, darle esa alegría a mi patria de coronarme campeón del mundo. Sería otro campeón más en la lista, a derrotar a Gervonta Davis, igual por mi familia, y bueno, tenemos muchas cosas por las cuales queremos destronar al campeón, y el trabajo que hemos realizado ha sido un trabajo arduo, muy bien preparado lo que es físicamente y lo que es técnicamente. Lo hemos hecho súper al 100% y esperando el día de la fecha.
Well, of course, and thanks for the question. Yes, I'm very motivated. This is personal for me. I do want to beat Gervonta Davis, have a great showing in Baltimore, although it's his hometown. I want to bring the championship back to Panama, not only for myself, but for my family. We've prepared very well physically and also technically for this fight. So you're going to watch a great fight coming from me.
Lastly, looking at your resume, you've only Panama, I believe, once in your pro career. So have you done anything in this camp to not only prepare for the fight, but also, planning for the travel to the United States?
Mirando tu marca, Ricardo, solamente ha peleado fuera de Panamá en una ocasión. ¿Ha preparado algo diferente durante los campos, para el viaje? ¿Cómo ha sido la preparación para esta pelea en Estados Unidos?
Claro que sí, han cambiado todo, ya que estamos hablando de una pelea de campeonato mundial. Hemos trabajado el doble de lo que hacíamos. Estamos súper bien, sin ningún tipo de problema. Sí hemos madurado en todo lo que se puede hablar positivamente, y creo que estamos en el mejor momento de mi carrera para disputar una corona mundial.
Well, of course we have. This is for the championship belt. I've had no problems in training camp, so there's no excuses. We've matured as a boxer. My record states that. So everything has been worked on double for this great fight.
Thanks, Gervonta, and thanks, Ricardo Nunez, for talking to me. Gracias un montón, Ricardo, por hablar. Y buena suerte a los dos.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad if you have any questions. Again, as a reminder, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad if you have any questions. Our next question comes from Lester Silva with Univision.
Hello again, everyone. This question is for Nunez. Buenas tardes, Nunez. Nunez, we know that Davis starts strong and it's very aggressive in the early round, but you also are no stranger to having some power yourself. Were you looking to take the advantage of his aggressiveness with your power?
Nos pregunta Lester Silva de Univision. Ricardo, si sabemos lo agresivo que es Gervonta Davis, uno de los mejores en lo que se refiere a poder. Tú también tienes poder. ¿Cómo te has preparado para esta clase de pelea? ¿Piensas ser más agresivo saliendo? ¿Cómo piensas el ataque de pelea?
Yo voy a hacer la pelea que más me convenga. Yo soy el estilo de Gervonta Davis. Yo voy a hacer la pelea que más me convenga. Siempre voy a buscar, claro, sí, la oportunidad de golpearlo lo más fuerte que pueda para contrarrestarlo en los dos asaltos y bueno, ganar los puntos necesarios para ganar esa corona mundial.
I'm going to use the style that's best for me as a conditioned fighter. We're looking at trying to hit him, and when we hit him with the hardest punches we can, knowing how he's also a strong boxer. So that's our game plan. You'll see the style when we get there, that it's going to be the best one for my form of boxing.
Muchas gracias, Nunez. One last question. We know that the Cuban Gamboa is on the card. Do we foresee a potential showdown between Gamboa and Davis in the near future?
Who knows what the future? I'll take this call. Who knows what the future might hold? Tank's focus is on Ricardo Nunez. Ricardo Nunez he brings a tough challenge to the table, and as we've seen most recently in boxing, anything can happen. We've seen these huge upsets. So Tank's focus has got to be on Ricardo Nunez, and we'll deal with whatever is next after the fight.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Our next question comes from Keith Idek with BoxingScene.com.
Yes, my question is for Ricardo. Ricardo, Gervonta Davis's 5 fights at the top level since 2017 have not been competitive, really. Why will this fight be different?
Nos pregunta Keith Idek de BoxingScene.com, Ricardo, las últimas 5 peleas de Gervonta Davis de verdad no ha tenido competencia. ¿Por qué esta pelea contigo definitivamente va a ser una pelea difícil?
Porque una pelea de dos rivales que tienen casi el mismo porcentaje de knockout. Él solamente lleva un knockout más que yo, pero yo llevo más peleas que él en cantidad y bueno, sé que va a ser un gran show, una gran pelea y vamos a brindar un gran espectáculo.
No, it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great show that we're going to have. If you look at our records, it's two rivals that the percentage of knockouts are high. I think he has one more knockout than me during his career. So that's why this fight is going to be action packed because we're both, are knockout artists. So.
Bueno, acabo de decir así, sigue para aquí. Son aporreales. Están medio segunda oportunidad.
Ricardo, ¿decía algo ahí al final?
Dígame.
¿Usted dijo algo más al final ahí después de que esta va a ser una buena pelea?
No.
No. Yeah. So that's why it'll be, Keith, an action-packed fight because we both are knockout artists.
Can you ask Ricardo if he sees there any way that this fight goes the distance either way?
¿Tú crees, Ricardo, que esta pelea va a la distancia?
No creo que sea una pelea que vaya a la distancia. Ya por el porcentaje de knockout que tenemos ambos.
No, I definitely don't think this is going to go the full rounds because, as I said before, the high percentage we have of knockouts. So somebody's definitely going down.
Thank you very much. I have one question for Gervonta. Gervonta, how important is it for you now that this is your second fight in 2019 for you to fight again at the end of the year and get those 3 fights in this year and remain as active as you want to be?
Man, I ain't going to lie. I got to hurry up and get up this interview because I got to go running. He said ain't going the distance. I'm scared, man. So I got to hurry up and get this work in. I'm telling you right now. For real. I'm a little nervous now.
Para que entienda ahí, Ricardo dijo que tiene miedo porque tú dijiste que le iba a la distancia a esta pelea.
Great. Any more questions?
I'm just translating what Gervonta said to Ricardo so he could be here also. That se está riendo, tiene miedo porque tú dijiste que esta pelea no vaya a la distancia.
Okay.
He's like, oh, okay, all right, we'll see.
All right.
Gervonta, do you not see him as a...
¿Decía algo, Ricardo?
All righty. Our next question comes from Robert Uzel with Fight Journal. Robert, your line is open.
Hey, Tank, how you doing? First question, how difficult is it for you to make 130 pounds?
It's not difficult. I'm doing it well. I'm actually, close to weight now. I'd definitely be at, 30 or 29, come weigh-in day. So I'm just ready.
Okay. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. The last time you fought in Baltimore, I think your nickname was Rambo. So how did the name Tank come about?
I had Tank since I started. I started fighting.
Okay. All right. So, tell me, 5 years from now, tell me where would you like to be in your career?
Somewhere, probably a world champion, probably undisputed. Trying to help other fighters, to get to where I'm at. Being a lovely father. Just passing my knowledge on to the next, such as Leonard, Steven, Calvin, them doing to me. So, just in a great position to be able to help, and also be in a great position to help myself.
Okay. Now, tell us what's going to happen next Saturday.
That's an action-packed fight. We're gonna give the boxing world, the fight fans, a great show. I'm training hard every day, and I believe my opponent training hard, and he want my spot. You know, I can't let it go easily.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck to you both, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from TK Turkson with Vegas Sports Daily.
How you doing, Tank? Appreciate you taking the time out to do this and everything. I got kind of a two-part question there for you. Have you ever well, actually, I take that back. So for yourself, obviously the homecoming, to my, I don't think it's ever happened in anybody's lifetime that's going to be there. They said over 80 years. So I mean, other than off the top of my head, Hassan Rahman and stuff, obviously Ray Lewis, Edward Reed, but to be a son of Baltimore and to come out there and do what you do and everything, do you ever take an opportunity to think that it might be some, little dirty kid somewhere on the block? I mean, that is a compliment, coming up, that maybe where you were 20, 25 years ago, and what it would mean to him to have somebody come back and have a world championship fight in the hometown of Baltimore City. And how difficult is it? How are you dealing with probably everybody in the entire city, hitting you up for tickets and want to get in there? How are you able to just maintain your focus at the task at hand?
To be honest, I didn't really have too many people hit me up for tickets. It's a selective.
Not yet.
It's a selective. Yeah, not yet. But I just me just coming home to fight on a big stage. I started in Baltimore, and I'm coming back home. And I'm actually training home. So I always believe if I was in arm reach of a kids that it will mean more than doing it from away. So that same kid that was coming up or just looking at me coming back home I've been in that position before. And I always wanted to show love. Be able to give back like a couple of fighters did for me. I was never the fighter that they didn't show love. Ashley Floyd, Adrian, Lamont Peterson, Anthony Peterson, a lot of guys, even Danny Garcia. When Danny fought Zab, he called me up to spar him. So I always wanted to give back and just show them that anything is possible. I came from the same projects. I came from that same block and things like that. So July the 27th is gonna be history. A lot of kids going their eyes gonna be open that night.
Can I chime in? This is Kevin. I want to chime in on that. As far as the tickets and stuff, right? Leonard Bid already looked out for a lot of kids because there's a press conference. A lot of kids came out. So we try to make sure with the kids around them. Actually, we had some kids came out to actually watch them work out and whatnot. So the goal is to see the same thing that Tank did, that they can do it in the city of Baltimore. That's why in our press conference, we want to let the city know, like, this is a big thing. This not big for Tank. And if you look at some of his tweets, he's talking about his brothers that's coming behind him. He's training with his brothers. He's trying to show them and show the city that they can make a difference if they just put their dreams ahead of them and chase them. And he's been wonderful. And the people of Baltimore ain't been testing us. He stayed home. And normally when a fighter stay home, it gets real hectic. A lot of media, everybody wants, but they letting us work and do our job, and I appreciate what they're doing, So he's been handling it real good. They've been real respectable for him, So it's been good for us being at home.
Thank you, Coach. And just last question for yourself and Gervonta, either one of you, has there been any difference from having camp, back home? I think you kind of touched on it as compared with down, Florida, out Vegas and stuff like that. And if you could, I'm not sure if you touched on it, but just, the passing of Sweet Pea Whitaker, DMV guy from, Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia Beach area. If you could talk on if he had any impact on you as a youngster coming up, or if he was somebody that you tried to emulate and learn things off his style as a southpaw fighter?
Sweet Pea, he was definitely one of them guys that my coach made me sit down and watch. You know, if I fall asleep, he'll tap me, wake up, finish watching this. You know, so he was definitely one of them guys that, you know, after the gym, I go back home, or I stay at Coach Calvin's house and watch the tape. And you know, after we watch boxing, we'll go to the gym, you know, and train, you know, and try to do them like fight his style, or try to pick off things that he did, you know. So it was he had a lot of impact on boxers, I believe. Period. You know, sorry for his loss. You know, condolences to his family and things like that. But
I actually have a pic of Sweet Pete and Tank. We was in Jersey. They both took a picture together, you know, and Sweet Pete was my guy. He was definitely my guy. Right. Tank grew up off. He didn't know it. He didn't know what he was watching. But when he got in that ring as an amateur, so, you know, man, he's going to be missed.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, that concludes the Q&A portion of our conference call.
Okay. Thank you. This is more than a boxing event. It's really a historic experience for everyone in the city of Baltimore, plus all the fans around the world to witness Gervonta making his homecoming title defense. Tank is really opening the doors for many other fighters who are really close to him, like Malik Hawkins, Kareem Martin, and Malik Warren. You know, just to name a couple of guys who look up to him. Again, this will be a historic event, and this will be a great chance for the fans across the world to watch the most exciting fighter in the entire sport. So be sure to tune in 27 July, live on Showtime, Championship Boxing. Tank is must-see TV. I'd like to thank everyone for coming on the call today. Have a wonderful and blessed day.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.